Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. Tonight is our second night in the Versailles Clubhouse for our South Revival Nights. The first week of every month we are in South, down there just off Danghade. We've got shuttle buses coming off Alabang Sapote Road, so we look forward to all of our members from Batangas and Laguna and Las Piñas and Parañaque and Cavite just to come over, and we'll get all of our members together for Revival Nights in the South. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. Then back down here to main campus on Friday. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, Paul does some absolutely beautiful teaching that many Christians never understand. They think of themselves as a human body, but we are not a human body. Paul simply says there in 2 Corinthians 5, "For we know that if our earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God." We live inside this body, but this body is not who we are. We are a spirit being who lives inside of a body. Let me say that again. We are a spirit being who lives inside of a body. Now, Paul takes the first 7 verses and begins to talk about that. But then he comes down to verse 9. He said, "So we make it our goal to please him, whether we are at home in the body or away from it." So we make it our goal to please him, whether we are at home in the body or whether we are away from it, whether we depart from this body and go to heaven or whether we are in this body here on this earth. He said, we make it our goal to please him. Now, please forgive me. I see so many books that Christians are reading today on establishing goals and setting goals, and you know what? All of that is fine. I can remember many years ago, I sat in a hotel in Tokyo with a very, very wonderful man of God named Jack Hayford. And in those days, I was really into our 5-year strategic plan and our planning funnels. And I was asking him about his 5-year strategic. He said, "Oh, I don't make those anymore." I just thought, okay, if that was most people, I would write it off as he's an idiot. He doesn't really care. But this is a real man of God. And I began to realize maybe I needed to start softening my position, and maybe I needed to back up and learn a few things about real goals. And one of the things I discovered years ago was we have lots of goals about what we want to accomplish, but we have very few goals about what we want to become. We have very few spiritual goals. Paul said, "You want to know the goal of my life? The goal of my life is to please God." Now, I would challenge each of you when you sit down with your goals and with your strategic plans for your lives and with your weekly goals and your daily goals and your 7 habits of successful people and your Franklin Covey this and your daytimer that. Could I make a suggestion to you? Could you write at the top of every page of your daily planner, "My goal today is to please him"? Please forgive me for sounding a little super spiritual, and please forgive me for sounding a little simplistic. But how different our lives would be, how different our decisions would be if every day we wrote at the top of every planner, of every journal, of every goal, "My goal today is to please God." And we let everything else in life filter through that primary goal. I wonder how different our decisions would be. I wonder how different we would spend money. I wonder how different we would build relationships. I wonder how different we would choose the things on our schedule that day. Can I make a suggestion to you? Start doing that today. Sit down with whatever you make your daily journal on or your daily plan on, and just start penciling in across the top of every page, "My goal today is to please God."